Welcome all to Off the Cuff with Namrita. Hope you're having a lovely morning and thanks for joining this early on a Sunday morning. And I am really excited today because this program is going to be about inclusivity, representation, and identity. And we will be talking about a very wonderful organization, Mosaic America. That kind of fills the need of the hour, I'll say. And I do have Priya Das with me, co founder and chief programming officer. She is the creator of Mosaic's inspired framework for arts and social collaboration for community building and drives creative vision, programming strategy, artist relations, and community outreach. And she is a Indian classical Bharatanatyam performer, and she's trained in Carnatic vocal and the Hawaiian slide guitar. And, so welcome, Priya, to Off the Cuff.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Namrita.
Welcome. And we also have Maria Basile. She is a co artist, director, choreographer, performer for SJ Dance Company, founded in 2003, and a resident at SJSU. Maria is the recipient of many awards, including the 2014 Live Blesse Award for Best Dancer Actress from Bay Area Dance Watch, 2010 Arts Council Silicon Valley Artist Fellowship for Performance. And she started her movement career as a USA rhythmic gymnastics team member and competed at world championships in Bulgaria. And she's currently she teaches at SJSU and other colleges. So welcome, Maria, to Off the Cuff.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud to be here.
Yeah. So, Priya, my question to you is that first of all, thank you for making Off the Cuff media partner with Mosaic for your upcoming Mosaic festival. So, tell me about the need for Mosaic in today's time, because you did make a shift from Sangam Arts to Mosaic, and we do live in an area which is so diverse, but somewhere we feel that the social integration is declining. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it is exactly that, right? So when we started as Sangam Arts, we quickly realized that not only was there there's a focus of any community, right? So how do you define community, right? So we are all so used to defining community with a certain lens, right? Either it's the Indian American community, or it's the arts community, or it's the technology community, and it's so easy for us to kind of classify things as contemporary and modern and pop and street and classical, right? And then there's the indigenous versus black versus, so there are just so many categories that we have kind of self-labeled. And our tendency as a society and as individuals is to kind of see ourselves through these labels, right? But the reality of it is we're all intersections, right? There is a lot of intersectionality and conflict within each of us. And therefore, if we belong to any community, there is a lot of intersectionality in every community. However, look at the Indian American community, we will kind of, we will eat and play with like-minded and people who look like us, right? And talk like us.
Yeah.
But then, when we have to work, we'll go mingle with others, right? And that's the case with every community, right? And, however you define community, like I said before, right? So when we were working with, with Sangam Arts, and that's actually when we first met Maria, we realized that there were a lot more people at the grassroots, everyday level, who would love to get to know their neighbor better, right? Yes. But there's no means or mechanism or a platform that brings us together as neighbors, right? So when you talk to the city library, for example, right, and you say, hey, we are a multicultural organization and we want to bring you programming that's multicultural, cities will typically tell you, oh, we are multicultural too, we have Diwali for Indian Americans and we have Dia de los Muertos for Mexican Americans, right? So everybody is kind of educated from the get-go into thinking of communities a certain way. And we said, you know what, if there are more people like us, let's just see if people are ready for bringing every culture together, right? So, for example, the Mosaic Festival, and therefore it kind of addresses that need. So for the last 5 years, we've kind of realized that, there is not only an appetite, people are willing, people are wanting this kind of a model, right? So every event of ours, including the Mosaic Festival, which is upcoming August 26th and 27th, of which Maria is a part, is a vision of an America where all of us belong and none of us have to shed any part of our history, identity, or culture to be considered American, right? So, because that's what happens. When you see yourself as a certain label, the other part of you is excluded. And we're saying, no, come as yourself, your whole self, right? And then see yourself as a part of this beautiful mosaic of America. That's a long answer, Namrita.
No. You described it really well. And, that's what Mosaic stands for. So, Maria, my question to you, you're a dancer from the bio that I read is, how does dance unify and heal? Uh,
Wow. Yeah. Well, I think everybody is a dancer. Everybody is an innate mover, and we can't escape it. That's just who we are. And whether or not we are a professional dancer or just a mundane dancer, a closet dancer, it does not matter because we all have a kinesthetic awareness and also exchange with each other that we all are in agreement that we are movers. And some people might say, "Oh, I can't dance." Well, let me give you a try. Let me give you a chance to dance. And like I always say to my students, give me 10 minutes and I'll teach you how to dance, and you'll be like amazed. So I think that we are just integral. Dance is integral, and we are never more human than when we dance, is what Jose Limon would say. He was one of our founding fathers of modern dance way back in the day.
wow. Yeah, that's a great answer. And yeah, that it was good to know that everybody can dance, because I don't think I can. But like
I can teach you, I promise.
oh, okay. I'll be a hard student to teach, but I think it's all about the moment, you're saying, and body and soul, I guess,
I
just
also think that we are all dance appreciators too, because we all
yes,
have bodies and we all can connect to that.
very true, very true. And that we will look forward to in the Mosaic Festival, which is coming up on August, Priya just told, 26th
26th and
and
27th.
27th. And my next question is, a little personal, like you both can answer that, tell me about your personal experience about coming to terms with your American identity. Priya, we both can actually, think alike. And, we like to stress more on a hyphenated identities, like you talked earlier. So, how has Mosaic helped you in discovering your own true self? And for Maria, like, how do you deal with being an, you know, I can say a white American in a diverse place? How do you perceive the other cultures, who don't look like you? Uh, I know it's we do live in a diverse place, so I would like to know your thoughts, because we consider always, we have that, hey, we are the other, but I would like to know your answer on diversity.
I can start with that. I
Yes.
have to say that unless somebody brings it up to me, I don't really see somebody's ethnic background. I teach so many students with so many different backgrounds. When somebody says,
Mm.
"Oh, this person over there, blah blah blah," about this person, it's like, I don't understand what you mean, because that person is a dancer to me, and I'm not sure what you're getting at. But for me, I don't really see it unless somebody tells me. So I have such a huge melting pot, even in my professional company as well. And I don't classify people. It's just not my normal way of being unless somebody says that. So for me, I don't think I've had a difficult time with being integrated with different cultures that have been around me. I think maybe because it's around me so much and that it's the norm.
That's a great answer, and a very good way of looking
Yeah,
at it. Priya,
that
what
is a
about?
perfect jumping off point for me as well, because
Okay.
growing up in India,
Yes.
within a 1 mile radius, you
Yes.
have maybe 50 languages, like
Yes.
with associated cultures and dialects and religions and ways of life. And
Mm,
you walk down any street.
mm,
I grew up in Bombay. Walk down any street and you can literally kind of be bombarded with the aromas and fragrances and dialects. And, so
mm,
your senses are always kind of growing up, have been
mm.
trained to kind of, embrace all of this as being a part of you, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
how Maria probably grew up here.
Yeah.
right? I will frequently meet people who are not of Indian origin, but know how to play dandiya, for example, the dance that we do
Okay.
with sticks, right? So I think that there is something to be said for growing up in a certain, you know,
Area.
vision of, yeah,
Yeah.
certain society, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I feel like, you know, with Mosaic, it's kind of like a manifestation of all that, because, you know, when you grow up with all that, you kind of trying to always figure out. So in Namrita, you said, you know, like you feel like the other. Some of us do, some of us don't.
Yeah.
Right. And the reasons for why we do and why we don't, it could be because, you know, when we first got here as an immigrant, we didn't speak the language, right? Or it was pointed out to us, you know, like I've been told to go back to my country, right? Regardless of the fact that everybody here, except possibly the indigenous, did come from another country, right? That's totally besides the point. But either you're reminded of, or, you know, that you are the other, or you yourself feel it, right? And so that is where we realized that Mosaic America is perhaps the only organization, at least in the local in Silicon Valley, that kind of addresses that need for belonging, right? So we've made our home here, right? And so, Maria, I don't know whether you grew up here, but you possibly came to this area at some point in your life and you decided to make your home here, right? And so that, but yes, your home is here, but it takes a while to feel like you belong here, right? So especially in Silicon Valley, where there's so much rapid diversification, where everybody, every week, right, there are scores of people coming from different cities, different states, different nations, different continents. What do you then, how do you then address that need for belonging that everybody's feeling? And this is not just people who are coming anew, people who have been here, like even in the 20 years that we've been here, my neighborhood has changed. I'm trying to grapple with it myself, right? So everybody kind of feels a sense of displacement in some way and a sense wanting to belong in some way. And that is where Mosaic events, we want to present that vision of America, and where we all need to kind of make space for everybody. So I feel that was what, you know, when we first met Maria, you know, she said, yes, I do ballet, but I love the opportunity to work with different themes, different cultures, different, you know, language, different stories that she's never encountered before, right? So in yeah, Maria, you want to say something?
It breaks up sort of the monotony of my life of doing the same thing over and over again. When I work with more diverse groups, like a specific diverse group, I feel like I'm refreshed. And I feel that I'm a contributor and that I am part of them and they are part of me. So it's a wonderful experience to be able to branch out.
And see, that attitude, Namrita, you find in an artist more than in a non-artist, which is why we've chosen arts as our vehicle. Because, you know, behind Maria stands this entire multi-generational followers, right? Who follow Maria and her company. And so what we're hoping to do is use our events with cultural ambassadors like Maria, kind of show a vision of America.
Yeah, very true. And like you talked about, you know, giving space. So I do believe in giving space and keeping your minds open. Even if you'll have your own, you carry some prejudices or stereotypes, but keep an open mind. You know, that's what I've come from, a small time town, unlike you, Priya. So I was very shocked to see the diversity here and how to deal with it. So, you know, just come with an open mind, and Mosaic helps you do that through, you know, art, culture, dance. So I think it's a great time to go visit Mosaic Festival, Saturday, August 26th and 27th. So leading to that, Priya, how can people get the tickets and be a part of it?
So first of all, I do want to say that it's a free festival, right? If you're in if your mission is community building, you cannot say you can be a part of my community only if you can afford $50 or $10, right? That's because that's our mission, right? We want to bring people together. So we work very hard to raise funds in order to kind of make our programming free for the public. We always try and pay an honorarium to our artists, right? So the artists and all the participants on, you know, that make the festival happen are always honored for their time. But to the public and community, it is free. It is at San Jose. It's in Mexican Heritage Plaza, which is a very popular venue. It is a beautiful, gorgeous venue, and we're activating every part of it. So we're having food trucks in the parking lot. We are having shows in the theater, and I'll come to that in a minute because I'm so excited about what Maria is presenting. We have the healing garden, like we have mindfulness and yoga and meditative practices and rituals in the garden area. In the plaza, we have an outdoor stage that's going to present. It's a dance party on Friday, August 26th, and a cultural immersion on Saturday, August 27th. There are two visual art exhibits. One is called An American Mosaic, and the other is curated by the Confederation of Ohlone People. But I want to talk about what Maria is doing, right? And that's kind of where, so Mosaic is all about not just multicultural, they're intercultural, right? Because the message we want to give people is it doesn't take too much to come together. And Maria's piece, actually, Maria, why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, that would be nice if she can say.
Well, we have two pieces that we'll be presenting. The first one is a solo that I created years ago, and it's to music with the culture. It's a Portuguese fado music, and there was a situation in my life that was coming up, and I created this dance to this music, and I didn't know that the music actually was like about kind of the topic that I was dancing about, because I didn't understand the words of the music. So I found that very refreshing recently, that what the words were, but the feeling really was really portrays the dance as being such as that. And another piece we're presenting by Fred Matthews. He's our choreographic advisor. It's at SJ Dance Go, and it's called Lunaris, and the dancers are going to be with these crescent moons, and they'll be dancing with these stars, reflecting sort of the night. So it's very, very beautiful. And we will both be presenting these at our 20th anniversary coming up in October. SJ Dance goes in our 20th year, believe it or not. And we are having our celebration at the California Theater October 7th and 8th. So please join us.
Oh, wonderful. Looking forward to it. And like you said, this festival will be interactive. People who come there can dance and, go to these meditation sessions and stuff. So it sounds very interesting. And they can go to the website, mosaicamerica.org, to get the tickets.
Yes. The tickets are just for us to, especially in the times that we live in, we want to be able to kind of provide the community that with updates, right?
Yes, definitely.
So
even if it's free, it's better to
tinyurl.com/Mosaic Festival 2022 would be where to get your free ticket.
That is there. I think time is running out, but my thank you both for joining, and much success for the event. My last shot is, this is a Bolly channel, Maria. Bollywood stands for Hindi cinema. So this is like just off the cuff. I am going to ask you, Priya, if you've seen some Hindi films, I'm sure, anything you want to say, a dialogue or something, or which you remember, or anything about Hindi cinema, a quick one though, and then I'll tell Maria.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So you have to kind of go back to Sholay. Kitne aadmi the?
Hazur teen. Okay. And Maria, can you repeat this line? It's very simple. What it means is that you only live once. So why think twice? Okay. So this is in Hindi. It's a dialogue from a film. Just try if you can do it. So this is Jab Zindagi एक बार मिलती है. Very nice. तो दो बार क्या सोचना.
One more time.
Okay. तो दो बार क्या सोचना. Yay!
All right. Yay!
So wonderful, and thank you for being such good sports. Take care, and I will see you both on August 26th. Bye. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Shosha is a creative Indian restaurant located in the heart of Silicon Valley. Shosha is a woman-owned business that serves traditional Indian flavors assimilated with molecular gastronomy techniques. The best Indian bar with happy hours in the Bay Area serves handcrafted drinks inspired by flavors from India with modern craft cocktails that are presented in unique ways. Shosha is a modern take on traditional Indian cuisine. We specialize in corporate luncheon, anniversary celebrations, birthday parties, and catering. Do check us out for a memorable modern Indian dining experience. Shosha is located at 141 South Murphy Avenue in Sunnyvale, California.
Motto is Atiti Devo Bhava. That means guest is like God, and that is how we treat all our guests. So please come and check us out. Thank you.